are back with another Dana White's Contender Series breakdown. Guys, this is a great matchup. I'm looking forward to this one, but really quick, little reminder, I do make these videos prior to the odds being released, so I don't really know who the favorites are going to be. I can take a guess. Obviously, I have the ability to guess things, but I release these videos after the fights on Saturday because you guys aren't going to watch these until after the UFC fights. So that's why you don't see them till Saturday. It doesn't mean I recorded these on Saturday. What it means is I recorded these earlier in the week, and we've waited because, well, that's just when you guys are going to watch it. So the odds are not out. I don't know who the favorites and the underdogs are, so I can't really give you any insight there on the betting lines, but the breakdowns are here. I'm going to break them down the way that I see them based on the tape, and we're going to go from there. Guys, we've got a very interesting bantamweight matchup. This I will tell you now that I had to go back and double check a couple of times and say, these guys are bantamweights? Because they both have some power. We're going to cover that in a minute, but I literally had to double check my notes and say, are these guys really bantamweights? You don't see bantamweights hit as hard as particularly one of these guys, but both of these guys hit really hard. When we're looking at this bantamweight matchup, they're both undefeated, 9-0 versus 7-0. So obviously 5-0 in the last 5 for both of them. Very impressive records coming in. Level of competition has been a little bit different between the two, but neither guy's really had that massive step up yet, but there is one side that's had a little bit better competition. Now, when I look at these two, first I want to mention Otar Tanzilov. I've also seen his name with an I at the end, so Tanzilovi. I don't know. So if you're looking up tape, sometimes you got to put the I at the end to find the rest of it. It's the same guy, but there is that. He's taking on Josias Musasa. Dude's knocked out everybody in the first round, so there's not a ton of information, which is why there's not a lot here, but it's enough, I think, to go off of from what I've seen. So we're gonna have to piece some stuff together. Some stuff wasn't like bullet point worthy, but it's stuff we can note. So we'll talk about that when we get there. But like I said, very interesting matchup here, and this one I could definitely see going either way. Now, when we look at this matchup, we're gonna start on the Musasa side. So for Josias Musasa, he's a good striker, but this dude has some of the most ridiculous power I've ever seen at bantamweight. It's unreal. This guy just hits it. You don't see a death touch at bantamweight quite like this. This guy's just putting people out. Like I'm surprised that that he's the reason I had to go back to my notes multiple times and go, this guy's really a bantamweight. He doesn't look like a bantamweight. I mean, like obviously, the height is gonna play a big factor, but the dude's jacked. Dude hits like a truck, and in any fight, this guy's live to win. Just because if he hits you, you might just keel over. So the dude has ridiculous power. All 7 of his wins are by knockout. You probably could have guessed that. Dude's got good forward pressure and an extremely heavy leg kick as well. But when he punches you, that's when you just are gone. But I've seen him also kick guys in the leg, and their leg just go flying, and he's like, the guys are like, screw this. I don't want to do this anymore. And they just fall to the ground and then wait for the ref to jump in as he goes in to punch him out. You know what I mean? So, and he does have powerful ground and pound as well. So it's not like they're getting out of danger. They're getting hurt there. And he's a freakish athlete. Dude's got some crazy, like, flying knees, and like, he's a physical specimen with some stupid power. That's what we're getting at right here, okay? Few things. In the grappling, we've seen him just get to mount super easy because usually it's the person is just either they've got hit on the feet and they're somehow surviving. A lot of times because the ref is just like, let's see a body today. Or they've got kicked in the leg and their best bet is just to fall to the ground and hope the ref stops it. Because tap into strikes makes you look like a weenie. But Musasa, when he just takes mounts, we haven't really seen him have to like work for positions or anything like that, or like try to grapple using offensive skill other than just like, this person's already toast. His top control from mount is very just like, I don't have to do anything because I'm just throwing punches and they're already pretty much out of here. So we don't know how he is in the grappling. We just know that if he starts swinging punches at you, you're probably in trouble. This guy could knock out a horse. So keep that in mind. This guy's 135er. He could probably knock out a horse. When we look at Tanzilov, though, easily the more technical of the two and probably the more skilled fighter. We've seen before that does not matter. Sometimes you can just get punched and knocked out in one shot, and it doesn't matter how good you are. My favorite example of this is Alexander Volkov, Derek Lewis. It was like 2018 or something like that. Volkov's beating the brakes off Derek Lewis for 14 minutes and like 50, 55, something like that seconds. Derek Lewis lands one punch and it's over. Volkov essentially beat this guy pillar to post for nearly 15 minutes. One punch, it's over. Derek Lewis wins. That was I think that was the famous like my balls are hot thing from Derek Lewis. It was after that, but like it sometimes isn't the best fighter that wins. So keep that in mind. However, when I'm looking at Tanzilov, there's a lot to like. There's a little bit not to like, but I don't think in this matchup it's a worry. In the striking, solid striker, very clean. He can do it from either stance. He does have power as well, not compared to Musasa, but he has power. He's incredibly accurate, and I think that makes his power look better. With the kicks, with the punches, the guy knows how to land his shots where they need to be. I don't know what his like stats are on the regional scene. It's hard to really compile like accuracy stats. I imagine this guy's landing over a 60% clip on his strikes, which is ridiculous. Just by the way that this guy picks his shots so well. He does control his range extremely well, and that helps with the kicks that he has. Dude's landing like spinning back kicks clean to the body, and just like a lot of people whiff on those, and he just finds that spot, and it's just that was a bad snap, and just spins that kick, boom, right to the body. Guys are getting hurt. Nasty body kicks, nasty head kicks, nasty leg. The guy has extremely good ability to keep guys at the range he wants them and land shots from whatever range that may be. So he's going to be the more technical fighter and on the feet. He's going to be the better striker. Like if you put these two on a heavy bag, that bag is going to go flying when Musasa hits it, but you're gonna look at Tanzilov and say, okay, that guy's clean. That's the difference here. Now, when I look at his grappling, it's decent. In this matchup, I don't think he's going to have to worry about defensively grappling, which is good for him. I've seen him get takedowns in the past, but he's not good on top. He just kind of gets into someone's guard and just kind of lays there. It's usually when the other guy's tired and he's kind of tired, but he's just kind of like, you know what? If I can just get this takedown and ride out this round, I'll win. He's done that a couple of times. I don't think offensive takedowns are what he was going to do here, but I do think he has that ability if he realizes a deficiency in Musasa's game. But I don't think that's his go-to. Now, he does have decent initial takedown defense, but it's anybody that can really wrestle is going to be able to get him to the mat, but he does work to get back to his feet pretty quickly. He does not screw around on the mat, but he will give up his back, which is a problem. Probably not in this one, though. I think this is a striking matchup, but I'm just giving you the details because I know you want them. He also struggles off his back. He's not very good off his back. If you can get him flattened out, he's in trouble. If somehow Musasa gets on top of this guy and starts ground and pounding, that's going to be a bad day. However, we don't really know how his top control is. So, least confident pick on the entire card. I want to tell you guys that now. This is my least confident pick. And the reason why is because I'm going with Tanzilov because he's the better fighter. But gosh darn it, we know that doesn't matter all the time because this man could knock out a horse. So, be cautious. And I swear, if you guys come back and, dummy, you got it wrong. Tanzilov's he's going to be a big favorite, I bet you, when the line comes out, just for the fact that, like, people are going to say how clean he is. But it doesn't freaking matter. He won't be a minus 1,000 or anything. But, I mean, like, he's probably going to be minus 300 or something like that when the line drops. Just guessing. But we're going to see Musasa in there just able to swing a bomb. And it can happen to anybody. So keep that in mind. Be cautious on this one. It's not an easy pick. But let me know who you guys have in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. If you've done some research and you thought, this, that, and the other, I'd love to hear your stuff because that's also important. Maybe you're just repping your, the guy that's from your country or whatever. Love to hear it. Like the video while you're down there. Check out the others in this playlist. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one.